Hello everybody, this is the Daydreamer with Daydreams and Nightmares, and it is time for another contest video. This one is for Key Comics Market Watch, currently celebrating his 200 subscriber mark. Congratulations on reaching 200, although I think last I checked he had actually already made it over 300. Now, as part of his giveaway, he has a few rules. You have to be 18 plus, you have to be sub to his channel, of course. And then he has two requests. He wants you to show off your best comic book deal and your worst comic book deal. And he wants you to show a book, but both of these deals involve multiple books, so I'm going to be showing these off. And these were ones that I got relatively close to the end of last year. I may have had better or worse deals in years past, but I'm going to go with stuff that's fresh in memory. My worst comic book deal of last year, you're looking at one of them. And think of it in this perspective. This is a limited edition 1/1000 sketch variant by Kirkman for Justice League #1. That was part of a Dynamic Forces mystery bundle. And the reason why I think of this as one of my worst deals is because the way they present this is that this has some inherent value in it that it doesn't. It's a good comic book, and they're retailing this thing at $70. I can go online right now and buy multiple versions of this particular book, even though there's 1,000 out there, for about $20. I did some searching to see what the real value of this was. So, I mean, I got my money's worth out of it, but considering that they are promoting this as a $70 book, and then the other book that came with it, this is a 1 in 3,000 variant edition of Star Wars Chewbacca. This is a Dale Keown cover. That this one was worth $30, and it's actually marked at that. It's an AOD exclusive. And the thing is that this particular one as well, even though there is 3,000 of these made, I can go online right now and buy these for $10. So a third of the price that they're saying it's worth. So the inherent value that they're attaching it and they're trying to sell it for, they can't sell it for that. Or at least people aren't flipping it for that. So when I look at I spent $30 on both of these as a blind box, but I was hoping that maybe I would actually get some value out of it as they were proposing. And I'm not a big, huge Star Wars fan, and at least enough to start collecting all of these comic books that are coming out for Star Wars. I have some nostalgia and some items that I have collected over the years related to Star Wars because I am a original trilogy fan. Grew up watching Star Wars Return of the Jedi and and I am a fan of some of these characters in Justice League, but predominantly I am more I am a Batman fan, but when it comes to DC, I'm more of a Vertigo fan. I like the stories of like Swamp Thing and John Constantine and Sandman and Preacher and those type of books rather than the DC superheroes. So, I mean, I wasn't overly excited about getting either of these titles as well, which didn't help in the situation. But these, like I said, these are worth what they're worth, what I paid for them. I paid $30. Like I said, it was a blind bag. But the fact that they're saying that you're going to get value out of these things, people aren't selling these on the internet for anything more than what they're currently worth. So I feel like I lost $70 in the deal, because if they're saying the one's worth 70 and the other's worth 30 and I'm not getting that value, that this is a bad deal. Anyway, and the opposite is true of the next one I'm going to show you. During the holidays, and I've shown these off, I made a purchase at Black Friday sale through Midtown Comics. I am a big fan of Lady Mechanica. The current title that they have out with Lady Mechanica is the uh, Clockwork Assassin. And these were dealer incentive sketch variants that I could not find anywhere in my area here. Went to half a dozen different shops within about a 60-mile radius of where I live, and could not find anything available. Uh, and in order for the shops to order these, they had to order, I think, at least 50 issues. And most of the places I shop at are smaller shops. Aren't going to order 50 Lady Mechanicas because they're not going to be able to unload that many. Anyway, so when this came up, I went online. They are currently, even though it's marked $10, um, online when I went to go look for these, even at Midtown Comics prior to the sale, these were selling for $20 a piece. And I got, like I said, these are both Clockwork Assassin dealer incentive sketch variants for the Clockwork Assassin from Lady Mechanica, and like I said, I'm a big fan of the style and the genre of Joe Benitez in the Lady Mechanica steampunk uh, that they're producing with these titles. Anyway, so I went online, and just like I did with these, to try to see whether or not I was getting any value out of these books right here. I couldn't find any of these for less than $20 a piece. So I'm looking at $40 worth of comic books, and with their pre-Black Friday sale, these were all marked down 75%. So I got these for $5 a piece. So for $40 worth of comic books, it cost me $10. And I'm sure that they will do nothing but go up in value because of the rarity of them as well. Like the others, it seems like even with the rarity of this one and this one, that the values seem to be going down. So I think this is probably at the end of the year, this last year, or it was in November when I bought these. This is probably the best deal that I got during the year, getting these at a quarter of their value. So that would be my answer to the question. Trying to get a deal with a mystery pack, it was not so good, but getting a deal with knowing what I was getting myself into with a pre-Black Friday sale for these Lady Mechanica titles, I think was my best deal at the end of last year. Now, the question is, he wanted us to do a shout out, and I know he's done an update. I was kind of confused because he changed up what he was asking for, but I'm going to do it the way his original request seemed to be. He had asked for a shout out for two comic book channels that you really enjoy watching, that you are a fan of, and enjoy the content of their channels. And he also wanted you to shout out two that were under 100 subs, which is a difficult thing to do because, as helpful as this community is, nobody tends to stay under 100 very long. So, but in his new one, I think he went to 200. But I wrote these down, and I'm gonna follow up with what I have here. So I am going to mention 4 different channels, and I will leave the links to all of those channels down below as well. You can go check them out, especially with the ones that are under 100. To go sub them up, show them some love that the community has for my channel as well as these other guys. The two channels that I'm going to shout out that I really enjoy watching and usually try to check out every time they pop up is Kyle Rowe, gentleman from over in Scotland, I believe. I know he's in the UK anyway. Always enjoy watching his One Man's Trash videos. And then Popcom is the other one that I'm going to mention. Always enjoy checking out his channel and what he has whenever he puts out a video. So check out both those guys if you already are not. But I think most people in the community know both of those gentlemen, both Kyle Rowe and Popcom. Now, for the two that I want to shout out that are under 100 subs, these they may have gone up since I last looked, but two new members to the community. One is Reader's Retreat. Last I looked, he was at 32 subs. He does a lot of book and comic book reviews on his channel. And the other one is Comic Book Ben, new member of the community as well. Last I checked, he was at 53 subscribers. You can go check out both those channels, see what you think of their channel as well. But once again, those will be the two that I'm going to shout out for the folks that are under 200. Anyway, so that's those four guys. And I'll also link Key Comic Market Watch's giveaway or contest below as well. So there'll be a bunch of links down below for Cowro, Popcom, Comic Book Ben, Reader's Retreat, and of course, Key Comics Market Watch, who's hosting this giveaway as well. Anyway, that should be it for me. And thank you for watching.